Welcome to our channel, where world cuisine is vividly recreated through every frame. In today's video, let's explore Pakistani cuisine, flavorful, energetic, and captivating. If you love street food, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Now, let's get started. One, flatbread. The first dish is flatbread, a familiar bread in most Pakistani meals. The flour is simply kneaded with water and salt, then baked directly on a hot stove. Simple, yet practical. No oven or complicated recipe needed, just hands and experience. The bread is cooked with natural charring marks. The aroma of flour mixed with the smoky smell of the stove is very distinctive. People eat it every day, wrapping meat, dipping in sauce, eating it with curry, or simply breaking it apart and eating it on its own is enough to fill you up. Despite its simplicity, flatbread remains the foundation of the entire meal, clearly demonstrating a way of eating to sustain life. Simple, sufficient, truly eating to live. The fish is left whole, cleaned and seasoned quite heavily, then dropped directly into a pan of boiling oil. No cutting into pieces, no deboning beforehand. Everything is kept in its original shape, as it was when it was still swimming underwater. When fried, the outer skin quickly turns golden and crispy, slightly puffed up, creating a very satisfying sizzling sound. Inside, the fish meat remains soft, moist, evenly seasoned, not dry or crumbly. This cooking method clearly shows respect for the ingredients. No concealment, no excessive alteration, allowing the fish to express its inherent flavor. Eating the fish while still seeing its original shape from head to tail allows you to fully appreciate the true nature of the dish, right? Katamba is a thick, fluffy fried bread, often eaten in the morning. The dough is carefully fermented, puffing up when fried, with a golden brown exterior and a soft, chewy interior. The vendors work very quickly, as if they've repeated this action thousands of times. It's not a fancy dish, but it leaves a lasting impression because of the satisfying and warming feeling it provides. Isn't a breakfast like this enough to give you energy for the whole day? Large potato slices are dropped directly into a pan of boiling oil until the outside is golden and crispy, while the inside remains soft. When removed from the pan, the vendors immediately toss them with a spicy and savory spice mixture, creating a very distinctive aroma. No one tries to make it look fancy or elaborate. It just needs to be hot and flavorful. In Pakistan, French fries aren't just a side dish. They're a serious part of street food, filling and energizing enough for a quick meal. Minced meat is stir-fried directly on a tawa, a large, flat pan often used outdoors. On the hot pan, the meat is mixed with onions, chilies, and familiar spices. As the heat increases, the aroma spreads quickly. That aroma spreads, enveloping the surrounding space. Eat with freshly baked naan. People tear the naan and scoop up the meat. Everything happens naturally and simply, without the need for knives, forks, or elaborate tables and chairs. (5.1) Karahi. Karahi is the soul of Pakistani cuisine. Cooked over high heat in a thick metal pan, the meat is quickly stir-fried with tomatoes, ginger, garlic, and spicy seasonings. It's not fancy. It doesn't cater to the palate. Karahi is spicy, rich, and has a straightforward flavor. It's best eaten while still hot, dipped in hot, hand-torn flatbread. A dish born for everyday life. Simple, yet memorable. This is Tawa Keema, a familiar, everyday dish in Pakistan. Minced meat is stir-fried in a large pan with onions, chilies, tomatoes, and traditional spices. Using plenty of oil to retain heat and flavor, it's served hot with bread. Simple, quick, and in the true Pakistani style of eating to gain strength. Alongside tawa keema is naan bread, almost indispensable on the table. The dough is kneaded by hand, baked on the hot surface or in a clay oven. When cooked, the bread puffs up slightly. The outside is slightly crispy, and the inside is soft and chewy. Naan is not only used as an accompaniment, but also to scoop food, absorb sauces, and preserve the flavor of the main dish. It's simply hot bread and stir-fried meat with rich spices. But without naan, the meal seems incomplete. Lamb is steamed slowly over low heat, allowing each piece of meat to cook gradually and retain its moisture. This method is not rushed or noisy. It relies only on time and patience. The spices are used sparingly, just enough to enhance the flavor without overpowering the original taste of the meat. When eaten, one can clearly feel the natural sweetness and distinctive aroma of the lamb. This dish is for those who truly understand meat without needing to show off their cooking skills. Because if lamb loses its original flavor, what's the point of calling it lamb anymore? This famous rice dish combines long-grain rice, meat, carrots, raisins, and mild spices. Not overly spicy, not too oily. Everything is balanced and subtle. This dish often appears on important occasions, showcasing Pakistani hospitality. Kata-Kat is a dish of liver and offal minced directly in a hot pan, the knife clashing against metal, creating a unique rhythm. Everything is stir-fried quickly over high heat without pause. The aroma of spices is strong, intense, and direct. This is not an easy dish to eat, and certainly not one that pleases everyone. But for many, it is precisely that rawness that creates an irreplaceable appeal. Pakistani cuisine doesn't need to be elaborate to impress. It just needs to be flavorful enough to be memorable. Thank you for watching until the end of the video, and who knows, your next culinary journey might be waiting for you elsewhere. If you enjoyed this, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. That's the motivation for us to continue our journeys.